You've seen me probably explain a lot of glitches lately in Metal Gear Solid 3, and thanks everyone for watching. I wanted today sit down and actually figure out how hard is it to do some of the cooler tricks which I know exist but have not been done in runs. For today, we're going to take a look at Metal Gear Solid 3's warehouse skip done on the European PlayStation 2 version. That trick specifically requires you to be playing on a version that runs at 25 FPS rather than 30 FPS. And I figured it would be easy to get and we just post and run and we'd be really cool. I did not expect how hard it is to actually do all the steps of the trick. Here's what happened. Today I will finally want to sit down and play some Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, the PlayStation 2 version, and I'm going to play it on my backwards compatible PS3, meaning I have a little bit better loads. The only trouble is we're not going to play the NTSU version, we're going to specifically play the PS2 PAL version. And it is German, indeed, it's my German copy of Metal Gear Solid 3. Mir gefällt MGS3 auch. Yes, wonderful. There's one last thing I've not done yet, or showed you yet. It's super simple, super small, but when I press this button here on my Stream Deck, it does this. You already know that. Oh, and I should have pressed here. But yeah, it also now automatically starts the timer. So whenever we do races, you know, I can just press the button, we all hear the same countdown, and it automatically starts live split. So I don't need to, like, at the same time figure around like different hotkeys. Just press it for me now. After having played the HD version of Metal Gear Solid 3 for so long, going back to the PlayStation 2 version, which admittedly I never played as a kid, definitely felt a little bit weird. So here's the confusing thing. I gotta use circle to confirm here. Also running on a DS3 controller, which is a little bit awkward. I'm not used to that feeling anymore. Like, the buttons are all a little bit too soft. Like, my hands feel like I can just rip this controller apart on accident. Like, the whole DS3, the DualShock 3 is just too light. I also noticed, I played yesterday like a little bit. The hitboxes on PS2 are weird, man. I already thought the HD hitboxes are weird, but on PS2, Snake is even more just fake. Yeah, I already planned to make one for MGS1, but I decided a little bit against it because I was thinking... There you go. I decided against the same version in MGS1. Why? Because I think it would be cooler for MGS1 to make like a little bit of a series. Everyone did? Nope, not quite. I should just use these again. Where's the other guy? Oh, goddammit, where's the other guy? So for MGS1, I have something else planned that goes a little bit in the same direction, but not exactly the same. Excuse me, sir? Oh my god. Aiming is so hard on this thing. One thing for sure when it comes to older Metal Gear Solid releases, such as the PlayStation 2 versions of these beloved games, is that you know basically everything about it, and still it can throw you for a loop. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna do this manually. Blendgranate! This is a fun party. Yeah, aiming is a bit jag on the DS3 and PS2 version. I can toss him like this. Wow, hit his own grenade. I'm also like triple hitting myself. I just want to double swap here so I can do the final phase. It takes forever to get here. But because it's PAL, I have to do the swaps so slowly. It's really awkward compared to HD. Finally, after 20 minutes, then I arrived at the elusive warehouse where we can finally start exploring the out of bounds thanks to the European version here on PS2. The first part was actually figuring out how to even go out of bounds, because just looking at the previous video that I've seen from my PAL, I just couldn't really pick apart what I needed to do, so it took some time. So the interesting part about this glitch is you gotta align with the box in the bottom right corner like this here and gotta press R1 and triangle together. R1 and triangle. So first person view and triangle. For some reason, you know, Snake just not like to go over the box here. He goes over the box like slightly to the left, which is not the angle we want. Like we wanna
We want to go here. Roughly look here. This is where our pal looked. Basically the black line in center. We're gonna hop over the box here, but it's just not that easy to do for me at least. I don't know what I'm doing. So Pal was literally just doing like, just pressing the two buttons together. And it simply does not work for me. He says, oh, maybe you need a different diamond. Oh, there it is. So I just need to complain more. Let's go. Okay. So that's the first part of the glitch. And as you see, of course, I land in the out of bounds because you go over the wall and you land where there's nothing. And the second part of the glitch is you just press D-pad upright and X to roll over there. So you go on top of the box and then you leave. And the thing is, even if I take it F here, in theory, this saves like 7 minutes versus the NTSU version. And the PAL version, of course, is a little bit slower. So just gonna find that lineup for me here. And now we're the second time. Let's go. We're glitching out, dude. All right. That's cool. We're getting somewhere. Once I finally understood how to jump at the right angle over the box, I said he just kept dying. So I had to refer to the master himself. What can I do to actually get this roll? So as you see, he leans here against this wall. Let's go. Leans up with D-pad. Let's go. And let's off. Doesn't hold against the wall anymore. And then it's one more tap up. Now he's lying like this. From here, he just needs to turn the appropriate amount to the right. So like roughly here. And then he presses first person view and triangle, so action, to roll over here. And in this moment, he already holds D-pad upright, which, okay, fair enough. And then basically when the camera view changed like this, with Snake being in the wall here on the top, for some reason with that timing, he makes the roll over. But he really seems to have mashed up. After that, this is also probably important. I did not get this. I was doing the roll all the way at the wall here, but on top here, he goes a little bit back and then rolls over to land it in this next room, which we all know of course. And now in Subsistence, of course, we can change the camera. And apparently we need to like not walk too far to the right here because apparently there's also no more hit detection. It's only on the left half. And the tricky part here is getting to get this whole room here that we're in to activate the load zone on top of the stairs, which is the same thing as we do in Delta Snake Eater, right? To then be able to leave the area. So he's literally just like trying to somehow squeeze himself here. In this instance, he just vanished, but definitely something changed. And now as we see here, rolls up the stairs. And he's able to go to SWAT you on himself. That's the whole thing we're trying to do here today.
Yes, we finally managed to go out of bounds. What was the next step? Well, from here, we simply roll off to the north end, where now the wall is basically just a texture, but no hitbox detection anymore.
So in the video that I just watched, I looked like here. Aha! Blues was right. It is the angle. And what apparently is, he went down to this line here and did a roll forward. And now I'm where Pell was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting somewhere. I'm very excited about this. If you go next to the door, you fall to your death again. Anyway, so we noticed that the angle apparently is not even that tight. So I kept looking like here, but actually it's a little bit better to have a little bit more of the second door being visible. Okay, now it's the third time we did this successfully. And we're in the corridor and like, what is like the safe zone here? Okay, if I literally lean against the door frame like that, I fall to my death. Like the thing is, as soon as we get it once, I'm gonna move on and play the rest of the game. But yeah, like just getting here and getting the trick to work at all. Nice. Now just go down. Roll. Nothing crazy, by the way. This is the inside of warehouse. For some reason, the whole room behind the door is also loaded in with the items. The funny thing is we can go up here, but then we also fall down. So we need to load in the room or the rest of the room. It's only this first part of the room that's loaded in. The rest and going up does not work.
And here lies the trouble with this trick. The fourth and last part here is to touch the door at the right angle so the game admits, okay Snake, you're allowed to load in the next part of the level, which includes of course the stairs and the load zone on top of the stairs, so we can leave to 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐿 South.
I wonder if you can go back inbounds again like this. That's interesting. If I lean against the door and then tap D-pad up, I'm closer to the door rather than when I... If I press D-pad forward one more time, trying to walk against the door, I'm actually getting pushed back by this. Very interesting. Oh. Oh. That door is an interesting door. Look at that. If I lean against this door, put on the box and let go. Okay, sometimes it goes in the box. Okay, you saw what happened there. He just sat down, right? What was the reason for that? I'm gonna clip that.
See, as interesting as going to the door is, it's also a little bit frustrating because once you get to the door, the chances of you falling down feel like it's 999 to 1. So what can we do? Well, at least we can try to make the getting to the door part as consistent as possible. And thankfully, Appan had also great advice for us here, using pause buffering.
It's okay. He says, hold start, right and up when Snake starts climbing. Game pauses. Unpause while holding start, right up and X. Game pauses, unpauses, holding right up. I don't think we're gonna get a successful thing going. The only goal of this stream is to get it once, and then I wanted to do run after I like practice a little bit. I don't think we go to get to the run. Nope, too early. I think if I take a very short break between those attempts. Oh, that's what he meant. That's actually quite easy. Because as soon as you unpause, you just press X and start. And then start again to unpause. And you made it over. That definitely makes it consistent. And considering that it's still a lot more time safe, yeah, it works. Hey, look at that. You don't need to mash it, you can hold every input. Alright. Thanks, Appel. Be cool. They moved to software on the 80 GB. Okay, interesting. Well, like I said, this is all part of like what I read on Wiki. I don't know all the details, man. Oh, okay. So upright start, then I unpause and hold upright X start. Then I unpause and I hold still upright X start. Then I unpause and just hold upright and then he rolled. Okay. Here we are again for the, what, 6th time here. And oh, we did it! I just don't know where I am. Yes! All right, success. Lap and fear skipped. Okay, all right.
And so finally, after 90 minutes, I managed to hit the trick. And that's probably why nobody has actually done this trick in a run yet. Because while the first 3 steps, going over the box, doing the roll, and then also going to the next room are very easy to get once you understand what you need to do, hitting then the fourth step to touch the door and to load the zone in is so much harder. Even compared to Metal Gear Solid Delta, where we basically try to do the same thing, we just go over the wall with a different method, with the camo swaps and bouncing upwards instead of rolling forward, getting the load zone to interact with us, now that is the real challenge of this trick.
I'm so glad we made it, bro. Now, what did I do to trigger this, though? Let's go back and review, shall we? So I'm walking technically like just straight up to the right here, it appears. And then I got somehow like stuck, whatever happens. And then I can get away and be invisible. I think you're like the second person to do it on Action Opera. Let's go. All right, warehouse skip PS2 pal. Let's do this again. Go here, lean against the wall until we can't go anymore, like upright. Then we go up until we lean and stop. Tap up, FPV, and turn until I basically barely see the second door to the left. R1 and R1 and triangle together, and then immediately pause and hold upright. Now I'll unpause and hold upright and X. And I hold pause again. Same thing again. I unpause, hold pause, upright and X. And now I just unpause and hold upright. We just rolled here, and this should work 100% of the time. From here, you want to like go down to like the second dark line here, and just do a roll up or forward. And that way you roll into the second doorway, which is not fully loaded in, but you can at least load into this part of the level. And this is where it gets tricky. This is where there's no known setup, at least, to activate the loads on here by interacting with this door. And, you know, that's the tricky part, because the next part of the room here to the bottom, I can't even show that in FPV, but the next part in front of Snake is not fully loaded in, and the stairs that will go up here to the load zone that lets you go to 𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 itself is also not loaded in. That's why we gotta interact with this door and somehow get it to accept, like, oh yeah, you touched the zone for some reason. And it has to be like basically on top of the door. Like normally when the door is open, you go through the door frame, and doing this, going through the door frame interaction, that's when it loads the zone. It's like, all right, you're good to go. But how do we get this? You know, let go up. Yeah, I just pressed right at this failed attempt. And that's the part that only worked once so far in like 90 minutes. I mean, hey, take that. I just pressed D-pad up and he's vibing. I pressed nothing else but up. It's like he's trying to curve around there. Doesn't know where exactly to go. Yeah, if you're too far to the left, you fall to your death. Yeah, well. And then as you fall to your death, no! You know, and then you fall to your death again. It's so easy to fall out of bounds, unfortunately, man. I understand the frustration. Like, I was so optimistic, like, yeah, let's go there, let's get the warehouse skip and then do a run, the full run with the warehouse skip, and then like, how consistent is it? Well, up to a point, very consistent, and then in the last part, unfortunately, not consistent at all. So, you know, we'll take that. It's a little bit of a win because we can get to a certain point at least 100% of the time now, right? But that stupid last part. Damn it. Oh, man. All right, I think we spent almost 2 hours at this segment. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. It's a very cool trick. It definitely is cool. And well, that ends today's video. We have figured out how to do step 1, 2, and 3 very consistently, almost 100% I want to say. But that last 4th step, getting that load zone to trigger on the European PlayStation 2 version of Metal Gear Solid 3, that is the tricky part. For now, I give up. But hey, we can document at least our findings we found out so far, so we can have a very easy setup to get 1 through 3 done, and then maybe someone else can pick up the torch to work on step 4, making that one consistent as well. Maybe it's you, maybe someone else who watched this video, but at least for now, I'm happy we did this little hunting session here, and I got a little bit more knowledge and understanding how hard some of these tricks really are. Just because someone did it in a relatively fast fashion, who knows how quickly they got in there themselves. Maybe it took them also like a couple 100 hours. I don't even want to worry about that. But for at least the 2 hours that I hunted this one specific glitch, I felt happy that at least once I got it to work. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a great evening and, of course, a nice day. Bye-bye.